All right, that's the first
Welcome
group.
to our video clip of the Bats of Austin. Pat and I came to Austin, Texas for the sole purpose of fulfilling one of our bucket list items. And that item was to see the bats emerge from beneath the Congress Street Bridge. And it is such an awesome sight to see. First of all, a little bit, the bats that you're looking at here are called the Mexican
Wow.
free-tail bats. And they arrive back in Austin. They began arriving
Wow, honey.
sometime in, I guess, the middle part of March.
Wow, there's a
But
lot of them.
most of the numbers you're seeing here are not really back until the females return. And that is somewhere in the early part of April.
Okay, that's
And
it
when the
for April.
females do come back, the bat numbers here, they estimate to be somewhere between 7 and 800,000.
Wow.
And and they all come out sometime around sunset, a little bit after sunset. I'm not exactly
Are you
sure
snapping
how
or are you
long
videoing?
after sunset, but they do come out right after sunset. And you would be amazed to see the number of people who come out to see this amazing event. The the city has set up a park that is
Wow.
right next to the
Wow.
bridge here. The local company, which I think is a paper, one of the daily paper companies, allow people to park in their parking lots because it's after hours and they don't
Hey,
really
that is some
care, I
sight, huh?
guess. And also you get a lot of people on top of the bridge who come out and look, and they kind of look from there. We had such a great time that we actually came back a second day to see the bats come out again. If you look at it
Look
here,
at
the
that, they're
bats are
still
coming
coming.
out from underneath the bridge. That's where
Where?
they're
Where?
they're at, and and and
Oh, I see
and you will
underneath the
see them
bridge
kind
there.
of swarm out, and they will actually join up from another point. There's 2 points that they come out at, and you will see them eventually join that other point as they come out. Now it takes about, I think it takes about 5 minutes or so for all the bats
Yeah,
to really
I got enough
emerge
video here, I think.
from the bridge. And during that, though, it is just non-stop flight. This is
Wow.
what you're seeing the entire time that they are emerging out. And
Look
once you
how
get
they're
on top, we
on
do
the other
have some
side there.
videos of that. That's the point where I said that they're actually merging with the other group. So you got the two groups coming out and they're actually merging somewhere further down there. And it is just amazing. I couldn't
Wow.
capture all of it. We
Wow.
tried in the video, but we could not capture the whole thing. So we're trying to show as much of it as possible. So this is from the first day, Saturday. Now what you're looking at right now is this is the second day. So we came back on Sunday because, as I said, we were just so overwhelmed. We wanted to see it again. And the bats again emerge right on time, and you will see them come out. Now, I don't have any, you will see later on, but it is a huge event. If you look down on the river, which you can't see from here, you will see that there are tourist boats down there. There are people out in kayaks and canoes, and you can see the two different bands of bats coming together here as they fly out. And again, we said this goes on about 5 minutes, but as you look at the sky there, it is literally covered. And when you see the contrast between the bridge here and the bats, you will see that it is just covered. It is just amazing, the bats
There's a
that are
lot of
coming
bats,
out.
isn't it?
There's another shot of them coming out there, and as you can see, this is all real time. So this has not been cut, and it is an attempt to show you just the sheer number of the bats that are coming out, and it is such an awesome sight. I highly recommend it for anybody who would be interested in it.
Okay.
Just look at that. Isn't that just absolutely amazing? And it just goes on and on and on. And just keep in mind that these are new bats that are emerging. They are not just flying around in a circle. As you will see later on from the top, they actually fly out and they leave. So these are all new bats, bats that are constantly emerging from underneath their roost, from their roost underneath the bridge.
You know, it would be a shock if we caught that moon with it over there.
Oh, yeah.
That would be a nice
I,
shot.
I don't know if I can get that much in it, though.
Now here's what I was promising you before, is that we had a shot from above the bridge, and this is as you stand on top of the bridge and you look out and just look at the swarms of bats that are out there. You may think that they look like clouds. They are not clouds, they're all bats. So as they come out, you can see them go out down the river and they kind of hug along the river. But notice just the swarm of bats there that are continuing to go out. And it is just an awesome sight. And that's what I was telling you before, that when you say you look down on the river and there's tour boats, there's people in kayaks, there are people in rowboats, there are people, all kinds of people that are on the water watching the bats come out. And also, as you saw before, there are people up on the bridge that are watching the bats come out, and people below that are watching the bats come out. It is just an absolute sight. And we had great weather for these two events, so that made it just absolutely beautiful. But that is the sight there, and you can see there they are still going, and it's just clouds of bats as they fly down the river.